action.
Hey everybody, Coach Mel here. As promised, here's my story, okay? Grab a cup of coffee and hope you got a few minutes and just listen to my story. If I'm going to be your coach, I want you to be able to relate to me, and I don't want you to think that I'm some coach who's never been overweight and never struggled with the same things that you have, because I certainly have, okay? These are my largest size jeans. These are a size 15, okay? As you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and let these go down here. Okay, done. Okay, I'm pulling down the shell there. So when I was losing my weight, I only kept these jeans. And I only kept these jeans as a reminder as to how far I've come. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my backstory. I was born and raised in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, along with my twin sister Melanie. Growing up, we were skinny as a rail, okay? I bet you my arm was half this size. We lived up on the North Fork River. We were backed up to 100 acres. We got up every day and we packed a P&J sandwich. We headed for the hills. We were gone from sunup to sundown. As you remember, back in that era, I was born in 1974. I'm 45 years old. Your mom didn't want you in the house. Get out of the house, come back when it's dark. So we had no problem maintaining our weight because we were super active. There wasn't phones. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. I'm pretty sure we didn't have cable. So all our lives, I would say that people probably tried to put weight on us and probably referred to me more as a runt, if you will. So when I was graduated from high school, there wasn't a lot of jobs in the Silver Valley. So I ended up moving to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I got my first waitressing job when I was 19. And although waitressing is a great workout, I found that I started getting sucked into this tunnel and kind of a pattern of drinking. So if you're in the hospitality business, bartender, server, or dishwasher, anything in that field, you'll know that after work you tend to have a shifter. I knew nothing about nutrition. I had no clue what was healthy and what wasn't healthy. I didn't have to worry about anything. I could knock off a Costco muffin every day, which, as you know, is 900 calories, never gain a pound, white chocolate mochas, you name it, half shirt, booty shorts. I wore whatever I wanted and never had to worry about it. Well, I started going out after work, and I would party till 2+ in the morning. I'd find myself at Denny's eating, which everybody knows it's not good to eat at 2 o'clock in the morning. And the weight just started piling on. I quit weighing myself because I was pretty sure it was getting out of control. It came on fast and fierce. In about a year, I had probably skyrocketed from a 3 to a size 15, which was definitely by far the heaviest that I'd ever been. I was living with a friend in her basement. If you're a subscriber on here, Angie, thank you for taking me in. I was transitioning from moving out of the Silver Valley and had a breakup with a boyfriend and just kind of needed a fresh start. I had a room in my girlfriend's basement, and I didn't want to intrude on their home, so I didn't use their kitchen. And at the time, I would go to Taco John's or something every day. I'd get I don't know, some kind of crispy, crunchy Southwest wrap. I can't even remember. And I drink a Sprite, which is so weird because now I would never drink soda. While I was serving, I would constantly drink soda because I just didn't know any better. I just thought it was okay. So I was feeling horribly unhealthy, and I had developed cellulite on the back of my legs. I had never had any extra fat on my body my whole life. I'd never had cellulite. The family that I was living with, Angie, and then her parents lived upstairs. Her dad, Dan, was an avid runner at the time, and he encouraged me to run from their house on 19th Street to this brewery that I was working at called T.W. Fisher's, downtown off of Sherman and Lakeside. I started doing that, and I swear within 3 weeks, that cellulite was gone, and I really actually enjoyed running. I've always had a boxer baby, so my dog went with me. And then from there, I started dating a guy, and I moved into his home with him. And I finally found some stability where I could, I love cooking. I'm a chef. I've always loved giving food to people. But back then, I really didn't have a clue about healthy food. So within about 6 weeks of moving in with my boyfriend, the weight just kind of fell off because my life changed. I had a stable environment, I had a kitchen, I was cooking healthy meals, and I found that I really did like running, so I kept with the running. And I would run. I lived out on Lake Coeur d'Alene Drive, so I would run up and down the lake every day. And I was a server, bartender, restaurant manager, so I was constantly just jamming around the restaurant, getting lots of exercise there. So I was able to drop back down to a 3 fairly quickly, like I said, about 6 weeks. And I think that the reason my body drops the weight so quickly is because that's where it's meant to be, and that's where my body is used to being. And if I just make a little bit of a change, well, in my case, maybe more of a drastic change in what I'm doing, my body responds really well, thankfully. So fast forward to 27 years old. I've been a server, a bartender, and a restaurant manager for 7 years, and I decided to open up my own business. If you're local and you're watching this, Leopard Lattes on Spokane Street and 3rd. And the first probably 12-ish months, my husband and I were running it with 0 employees. So I was all in. I knew that I was going to get this debt paid off, and I was working 80 hours a week, and my husband and I did get it paid off in a little over a year. But what also came with that year was a lot of weight gain. Eating bagels, eating muffins, drinking the leftovers of whatever was in the blender because I was tasting the drinks and making new recipes. And before I knew it, it was happening again. I was slowly getting back up to that person that I got rid of when I was 20. So this time I was up to a size 13 in a year, and it was December, and I was going to have to go and buy a bigger size, and that was it. I was not going to go and get a size 15. I was never going to be there again. So I remember I decided, like everybody does, I was going to join a local gym with a friend. Well, my friend never showed up. I remember standing outside of the door at the gym and feeling like I was too heavy to go into the gym, which is so stupid. And I decided that day that I would just go ahead and, regardless of whether my friend came or not, I just took the leap and I jumped all in. One thing I wanted to note about backtracking to when I had my business, if you're a business owner, the one thing that I will tell you is your weight can prevent you from growth. Your weight can prevent you from financial growth. I was getting so depressed that I was hiding in the back of my coffee stand. I was feeling so insecure. I was working with my husband. When a pretty girl came to the window, I would just hide. I was wearing baggy clothes. He's always been into health and working out, and he was going to the gym. I was not motivated at the time to go, and I thought for sure that he was cheating on me and he was not going to the gym. And I remember being a newlywed, because we got married when I was 26. I would cook all this food. Like, I would make rice, and then we'd have bread on the side, and sometimes a potato, and just this huge amounts of food. And I remember eating like seconds, and I never eat seconds now. I don't even like the feeling of being really full. I just like to be satisfied. So the first thing that I probably did is stop having seconds, And then the second thing I did was just to cut my portion in half, and you almost have to shrink your stomach back. But I look back on that time, and I was not doing myself any favors by allowing myself to be in the shell that I was in, because the shell of the size, it doesn't define who I am as a person, but it was preventing me from growth. It was preventing me. I knew that that's all people saw when they looked at me was my size. They didn't really want to tap into who I am as a person. And I would love to do another video and just coach any women out there who are in business, and just get you guys to find your best self again, and not let the size that you're in prevent you from financial growth. Um, Fast forward to the gym, loved it, made some great relationships, met my best friend there. It was very healthy. I was getting into a pattern of binge drinking, and obviously it wasn't doing me any favors. It put weight on me. Nothing good comes from binge drinking. The headaches, the hangovers, maybe doing things that you're going to regret, if anybody out there's ever struggled with alcoholism. And I feel like personally, the more that I tapped into fitness, the less I drink, because I can't maintain my weight if I'm drinking every day. I can't maintain my weight if I'm binge drinking. I'm not saying that I don't drink at all, but I'm definitely very cautious, and I'm concerned about what it is that I'm drinking, the fact that there's no sugar, and the fact that I'm not drinking every day, and that I'm doing it sparingly, and that it's not hurting anybody else. So for years, I end up going to a local gym, and I feel pretty good, but I don't feel like I've really pushed my body to the limits, and I've really got my body fat down to where I want it to be. I want to, be able to see my abs and really lean out. I was definitely proud of the weight loss that I had achieved, but I wanted to take it to the next level. That's when I hired a personal trainer, my brother from another mother, Bo Sullivan Day, if you're watching this. And Bo helped Laura and I really find our best self, and really pushed us to think outside the box and get into some really cool hit high intensity interval training. And I really do like that style because I am pretty high strung. Um, and we stuck with Bo for, I don't know, maybe a year or so, and he moved on. So Laura and I decided that we would start to do our own thing. And as business women, what I was running into is I've always had a couple businesses going at the same time. So I would work in the morning at my coffee stand, for example, go to the gym, and then I'd have to change and go to our clothing boutique. And what I was finding is by the time I got out of Leopard Lattes, changed my clothes, went to the gym, got stuck in the hallway talking to someone, changed my clothes and back, I was gone for an hour and a half, and my business was falling apart. So I decided to create something that was sustainable long term, that didn't take a lot of time, and was a good combination of cardio, core, and strength. I really hate to see people that have to go run on the treadmill for 45 minutes and then do their strength training. I mean, who's got that kind of time? And I think that's why most people fail to start or stick with something, because of the time that's involved, especially if you have children, or you're running a business, or you're just busy, period. So I designed MelFit 25 workouts, cardio, core, strength, everything you need. Obviously, if you're watching this and you're a subscriber, you know you don't need a lot. You need your body and a mat and, a positive attitude. And I just love it because I have no excuse. I'm going to give myself 25 minutes and a 5-minute stretch. So I've maintained my weight. I wanted to show you, I know I don't have jeans on, but these are my jeans now. These are a size 2 from Athleta. You gotta love Athleta because you can actually go down a size. So, as you can see, I mean, that's quite a difference in size. A funny story: when I was younger and my stepdaughters were living in my house, they gave me my laundry, and I gave them back my laundry, and my stepdaughter said, "Those are your jeans." And I was like, I held them up and I thought to myself, there's no way those are my jeans. And the one thing I will tell you is losing weight and accepting the size that you are, it takes time. Sometimes for years, I would be driving in my car, and although I'm this size, I would find myself driving with my arms out like this because I remembered that was the size that I was. And when I walk, my hands would be out here, and I would catch myself, and all of a sudden I would be like, oh, I'm that size. I still sometimes look at my pants and think they've got to belong to Jaden, my best friend's daughter, who's totally petite, like a size 01. So I would highly recommend, when you're going through your weight loss journey, please, please, please save one pair of pants like I did. Save your largest pair of pants just as a reminder of how far you've come. And definitely get rid of everything. My twin sister, if you're watching this, Melanie, she did not do that, and she found herself, getting up into the larger sizes. And I think knowing that I do have long legs, but I'm very short-waisted, 5 pounds will go right into my abdominal area, and I'll definitely be in a different size. So that keeps me in check. And the one thing that I can tell you guys is I'm not perfect, but I do try to make great choices most of the time. I mean, I think if you can live about 90% of the time where you're getting your workouts in, you're preparing your food, you're getting whole meals, you're going to be able to get to your weight loss goals, and you're going to be able to maintain. If your cheats are 2 or 3 times a week and you've got 50 pounds or more to lose, you're probably not going to get there very fast. So you get what you give. If you want to be all in like I was, and as a side note, when I did decide, when I joined the local gym and I decided to go into that class and not wait for my friend, I put my blinders on. Nothing was going to stop me from reaching my goals. I worked out 7 days a week, which may have been a little excessive. I know that now. I do know the value of a rest day, but at the time I wanted it to happen so fast. I didn't cheat on my diet. You could have waved chocolate cake in front of me. You could have waved the most beautiful martini, anything. And I was 100% firm, and you'll hear me say this, hard pass. If I say hard pass to you, that means I have 100% conviction that I'm passing on that food so that I can be my best self and maintain this fit, healthy body. And when I was younger, I would tell you that I was probably a little bit more vain, and my goals were geared towards vanity and towards looking good. Now my goal weight is healthy. My goal weight is happy. And my goal weight is just to feel good every day and not be ridden with illness. And I pray that I live a long, healthy life because of the way that I live my life every day. And I want to be ready for anything. I want to stay ready. I want to meet you guys around the world and have you say, hey, do you want to meet me, Coach Mel, on the beach in Hawaii, and run you through one of my workouts, or I'll run you through, or hike up a mountain. I want to be ready for anything, and I am ready for anything. I've ran 2 marathons. I ran a dozen half marathons. I did a 90-mile bike race, which was straight uphill the whole way, it seemed like. I did a 30K hike in Priest Lake, and I'm telling you what, there was no reprieve. It was like a Spider-Man situation. And I just love challenging my body, and when I am out there doing the marathon, or the 90-mile bike ride, I attribute my MelFit 25 workouts to getting me through whatever I'm doing. I attribute my eating whole foods every day. I attribute my meal prepping. I attribute my going to restaurants and trying to pick a better thing on the menu instead of acting like it's your last meal and choosing the wrong thing. So wherever you're at in your journey, if you're thinking about starting, if you're just starting, if you're halfway in, or if you have also maintained your weight and are living a healthy lifestyle, I hope that my story inspires you. I know that there are people out there that are blessed genetically and don't really struggle with weight, but I can tell you, obviously being size 15 at one point in my life, it can happen to me. If I let my guard down, it can happen to me, okay? I could easily be this size again. I could stop food prepping, I could stop working out, I could stop caring, but I'm not going to do that. I get up every day and I think about two things. One, what time am I going to get my workout in? And two, what am I going to eat? That's pretty easy for me because I food prep. 1 Mel's green smoothie in the morning, 2 of my prepped meals, throw a couple snacks in there. And I hope that you guys can catch on to the vibe that I'm throwing out here. You're not going to see meal plans on my website because meal plans don't work. I've been in the fitness industry for 20 years. I've worked with people that have came right out of the hospital that had a heart attack, and a registered dietitian gave them a piece of paper, and I was able to have more success with them because I'm hands-on. I bring these people in my kitchen. I cook for them. I show them how to season their food. I work with people with multiple sclerosis, autoimmune diseases, cancer, back surgeries, tons of injuries, you name it. I've had anybody from 14 to 80, and the one thing that I feel like works for people is we're just doing it. We're not reading a piece of paper. Just turn my videos on. Watch a lifestyle interview. Get inspired. Do a workout. Get in shape. Watch a cooking video. Make a healthy meal. Just start doing it. If I gave you a meal plan and you printed it off, what are you going to do with it? Nothing. I've gotten hundreds of pounds off many clients. I've worked with so many people. I've been their personal trainer. I've been their nutrition coach. And I know what works. And that every time they sit down at my desk, they always say the same thing. Are you going to give me a meal plan? Yeah, I'm going to give you a meal plan. It's called Get Your Frickin' Booty in Your Kitchen and Start Cooking, okay? That's my meal plan. I'm a little bit of a tough coach, but I know what works and what doesn't work. I mean, my God, Oprah Winfrey, one of the wealthiest women in the world, can't even get her weight right, okay? I've figured it out. It's not a secret. It's a science. And if you follow me, I'm going to teach you how to reach your goals, maintain your goals. Don't overthink it. Just start doing something. Thank you for listening to my video. I hope that we connected on this. I hope to inspire you and definitely hope I motivated you. All right, if you haven't already, I may post the full content on this on Instagram and Facebook because I think this is a great video for people who are sitting there thinking about what can I do. Can you afford it? Hell yeah, you can afford it. $1 a day. Take one shot and flavor out of your latte that you get every day. There's your $1. See the value in what I'm giving you. I'm the most well-rounded nutrition coach, personal trainer, marathon coach, food prep coach, chef, and life coach you will ever meet. Challenge me. Subscribe today. Thanks for watching, you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.